And now back to investigative reporting. Very often, investigative reporting, which by its definition is going to make somebody unhappy, and very often somebody in a powerful position unhappy, that if you're the head of one of these giant corporations, somebody will come to you, a lobbyist in Washington will come to you saying, listen, you just asked me to stop a piece of legislation for this or that. Or you just asked me to get a regulation eased for this or that. Let me tell you, you guys down in the news department are taking the hide off the very people I'm asking to do us a favor. So it puts them in conflict with the best interest of good journalism, and particularly investigative journalism. I want to emphasize again, I don't say this is the only thing that is brought about, but it is something we all need to think about. Let me just put an asterisk at the bottom of the page. I spent my whole career and continue in commercial broadcasting, in commercial journalism, that is, journalism that intends to make a profit. And I do think competition, overall and in the main, leads to better journalism. Not in every instance, but overall and in the main, I believe in the competition. But if you think about what I just said, you'll find coming around the corner that the competition, the real competition, has narrowed in the way that some very large corporations now, maybe no more than 4 or 5 of them, control maybe 80% of the principal means of mass communication, the outside of the internet. Therefore, their power is immense. And what they're seeking is not more competition, they're seeking less competition. And so you need to think about it. I think we all need to think about it. Having said, I'm committed to competition in journalism. But what we've seen in my lifetime and yours, in terms of the major media outlets, we've seen less competition and increasingly less competition. So the next time someone says, listen, I believe in the capitalist system, tell them down the other side, amen, I do as well. If someone says, I believe in the competitive marketplace, amen, so do I. But I raise the question, do we have as much competition in the major outlets media as is healthy for us, not just for journalism, but healthy for us as a people, healthy for us as a country, as a society? Because if you believe, as I do deeply, that the press has a very important role to play as a watchdog. It's not the only role we play, it's a very important role. And what does a good watchdog do? A watchdog is not an attack dog. An attack dog goes for the throat. You say, sick them, and the attack dog goes for the throat just to tear them apart. Right? What does the lapdog do? A lapdog just crawls up in somebody's lap and wants you to say, nice dog. But a good watchdog barks at everything that's suspicious. And I submit to you that the American ideal and idea of journalism was to have one role in journalism, be the watchdog. Bark, bark, bark. What's going on in there? Who's that over there? Why is that happening? Not that they will always be liked, not that they will always do it gently, but that they'll always be barking. It's a very important role, and that role has been shrinking in my lifetime of years.
Well, it raises an interesting point, because if you only have a few media outlets, it makes it much easier for some savvy PR people to game the system and to get these outlets all talking with one voice and nobody creating that dissonance. And people's detectors start to go off at that point, and it creates a vacuum. It creates a hunger for somebody raising a challenge, if you will. And coming from the blogosphere, I think that really is what has increased our audience, has taken people to the internet for their news, to get people who aren't on the inside kind of with an investment in the system, but who are from the outside commenting on that. And I wanted to get your impressions on how this has affected journalism.